All right, my friends, we're talking about progression, and we talked a lot about push-ups. And how do we take now a push-up to the next level? Well, a higher level performance for shoulder being an extension right here would be something like a dip. Now, how do we get there and still keep these principles of progression solid? Well, let's think about this. Push-up on the ground, for example, if I'm just right here, I'm thinking shoulder forward. Now, what does it look like to take that shoulder movement but take it to a dip? Well, maybe it looks like something like this. We can take some janky parallettes and we can start utilize these as that same support that we're going to see on the dip, but with the same mechanics. Now, here's where we start seeing some problems when it comes to progressing these movements, scaling these movements. A lot of people take this dip progression and they maybe take it to a bench and they say, hey, on a bench, why don't we go right here? Hands on the bench, perform this dip right here. This is a great thing to do, and actually it's awesome because it takes your shoulder into that full extension. But in terms of matching people's skill level, which is basically their ability to apply their strength, and the level of strength that they actually have, this may not be the best option. Even though I can load it, I can progress it. So what I want you to think about is, how can I take the push-up shape, that bottom position, and actually mimic that while I'm performing a dip? So let's say I take this dip station. Now, usually these dip stations made by Rogue have a little bit of an angle. You want that facing out, but I'm gonna have you turn out. Why am I gonna have you turn out? Well, because it's creating this external rotation. That's just another topic for another day. But check this out. In terms of dips, matching the movement to the push-up, watch this. I'm gonna take this dip, and instead of going straight down, as you've seen a dip, I'm actually gonna have you lean forward, close the hips. If you look at that position, that looks like my push-up shape. And yes, this is not a complete dip, but guess what? It is something that's naturally progressing from what we were seeing in the push-up to a dip station. Where does it go later? How do we enhance that or improve that? Well, we just start making the body a little longer. What does it look like to make the body a little longer? Well, just looks like this. Let's say I was here. Now I start extending the hips, lifting the chest up, and now look where my shoulders are starting to go, into a lot of extension. That is a very simple way of taking that dip and actually utilizing what we worked in the foundation of the push-up, rather than skipping into a tangent and missing those basic points of performance. So think about your push-up, apply it to the dip, and then see if you can take that shape and slowly start turning into what you think in your head a dip should look like and how it fits everywhere else.